My name is Bill, and I love to think. Growing up in the middle of nowhere, there wasn't much else to do. Since the nearest friend wasn't exactly a bike ride away, I went inward, creating and destroying worlds, impossible situations where I'd always come out on top as the hero, and of course get the girl in the end. My name is Bill, and I'm a Christian. This was not an easy step to take, but it was certainly a wise one. It's been said that the path of a Christian is simple, but not easy. The truth of this is understated more often than not. But it's definitely comforting to know that the greatest source of strength in living this life is also the greatest source of understanding and grace when you screw up. And as far as having something to look forward to goes, it's pretty hard to beat eternal life. I've realized that I have put much more weight into my image around others than my own personal development, as if I'm more of a personality than a person. And I want to come back from that. Maya Angelou has been quoted as saying, "It's been said that we need just 3 things in life. Something to do, something to look forward to, and someone to love." 2 out of 3. My name is Bill.
Where I met you, and I fought with 2 other guys to hold your attention and to appear witty and charming.
Where we first bonded over discussions of high school theater! Celebrating your 21st birthday, you shot me down when I first asked you out inside this building. This is the laundromat that I was driving to when you texted me asking me if I, quote, remembered that question I asked you a month before. I was about ready to tie the whole thing off and suggest that you and I remain friends, until a conversation at this Denny's opened me up to a much deeper side of you. This is where we had our first kiss and started dating, before I broke up with you like 2 days later. On March 24th, 2011, after we saw a movie in this theater, I re-asked, well, technically I told you to be my girlfriend. This is where I was sitting when I got a call from you saying you'd been in a car accident. And I realized very early on in the relationship how much I could lose. Our first dance. Right around here is where I told you I loved you for the first time. I don't know exactly where I was when I realized that this completely redefined love for me. During your party for your 22nd birthday, your dad drunkenly threw his arm around me. It was the first hug I got from him. I didn't fear him any less whatsoever. Our first anniversary. You came to my side after I was up all night with my dad at the hospital. And I came to your side when your family went to the area club and left you home alone all weekend. Probably shouldn't have stayed in the same room, though. Your dad was pissed! Here's where you and I took a very big and very personal leap in our Christian walks. Wow, we have a lot of serious conversations in parking lots. May not sound very romantic, but I guess you had to be there. This is where I was standing on Christmas Day when I asked for your parents' blessing to ask for your hand in marriage, while you were passed out in this chair 30 feet away. This is where Bonnie and I were hanging out pretty much every time that we met up throughout the month of January and February.
Hi!
This is about where we were in Orland Mall when you guessed that Chuck and Nikki were snooping to find out what kind of ring you wanted. And I lied right to your face. We met up at this McDonald's not an hour after I put down the deposit on the ring. Fun fact, as you walked in, God Gave Me You by Blake Shelton was playing. I know, right? So believe it or not, the ring had come in and was waiting for us while we were having dinner on Valentine's Day. Choosing to avoid all manner of common cliches, I decided to pick the ring up the next day with Bonnie.
Yellow.
And also Andy. And this is where my knowledge ends. I don't know where the ceremony is going to be.
the reception, our first place, where I'll end up working, our first kid's name, our second place with better schools, our second kid's name, our third kid's name, how I'll break the surprise vasectomy to you after 3 kids, college placements, which one of our kids will end up moving home first, where we'll retire. I have no idea where this part of the story ends. But I do know where it begins. Unless you say no,